tour that you're doing with the show and stuff. Tell me what's the emphasis behind all of that?
Well, one, I've been this year in 2017. I was been speaking all around the country, and so I've been invited to speak at Arkansas Pine Bluff, Grambling, Harris, Stowe, a number of other universities. I'll be at Lincoln University on Thursday, and so if you're doing a weekday, I want to bring my show there. I did the same thing in Norfolk State. One of the reasons why I do that to give the students at those universities the opportunity to actually work on a live show. I went to Communications High School, Jack Hughes High School in Houston. And so the ability to actually work on a show is one thing to be in a classroom setting where you have a theoretical deal where you have assignments, but to literally work on a show where it's real. It's like real time, you're live. It's different. So I think giving folks the opportunities, that's one of the reasons we do this. You now have the Kathy Hughes School of Communications at Howard University, and so being able to do that. So that's one. So I've been invited to speak around campuses. What AT&T is doing, their connectivity deal, we're going to start with 3 schools. And so we're going to be at Florida A&M, we're going to be at Howard University, and here in the Atlanta area. And so we're going to be profiling Keisha and I pulling in from Spelman. So we might be doing the show from Spelman's campus on Monday, or we might come back here to CAU. It's just a matter of whatever they figure out. I should know today in terms of what we do. And so same thing. That's an opportunity for us to come and do what we've already been doing. So in this case, AT&T was an idea that I actually gave them that I wanted to do. And so what happens is not only do we give the students an opportunity to work on the show, also allows for us to be able to utilize expertise of folks who were at HBCUs. And so when you look at the show, I've been going around the country. I'll be perfectly honest with you. This has been a problem for me. Far too many HBCUs have been extremely weak at getting out their professors and getting them on national shows. I have been saying for years, look, when you see Virginia, when you see University of Texas, when you see Texas A&M, when you see all of these schools featuring their talent, I said, you've got to be proactive in doing it. I've been encouraging HBCUs all across the country to create Skype studios. And so when we have issues dealing with politics, or it might be dealing with health or education or whatever, I want to be able to utilize personnel from HBCUs as opposed to having to call Georgetown or having to call George Washington or those universities. And so if we want to talk about how do we step up with the branding of HBCUs, it requires HBCUs, frankly, to get out their butts and get far more proactive. I have the only national television show that targets African Americans. There's no reason in the world HBCUs are not blowing up my email and my phone every single day saying we have this person who can speak on this person who can speak on that. And I don't want to hear the excuse, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources. An email is an email. And so imagine if you set up a Skype studio, the university logo in the back, a very good Ethernet connection, strong lighting and camera, anybody can do that. And so if we need somebody to come on, let's say if you have a HBCU professor who can talk about military issues. Well, the issue with Donald Trump and how he insulted this widow of the sergeant. Imagine us being able to do that. And so this is how we're able to utilize our capital. You got black-owned radio, you got a black television show, so we need that. And so for me, it's multifaceted. And the other piece is the issue of giving. We've had Florida A&M, Howard on the show, and just like yesterday with the CAU president, I don't care what anybody says, it is an abomination. And people out there go, well, you didn't go to HBCU. I don't care. I'm black. You can't have Howard University 10% of their undergraduate graduates would give. You can't have 5% of CAU. You can't have 5% of Florida A&M graduates. You can't have, when the Wilberforce president got there, it was 1%. The alumni giving was 1%. It's now 9%. And so who do we say is going to fund our institutions? And when I say our institutions, I'm talking about black colleges, black newspapers, black radio, black banks. If you don't have black-owned institutions in those areas, you do not have a black infrastructure, which means we'll be asking white folks to fund us, to report on us, and to educate us. And that, to me, is crazy.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Well said.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Good to see you. See you.